Hey, this is Siany Harts with Anything But Sports, and today I'm here with Bo Beatty from the men's basketball team. Bo, thank you so much for being here.
No, I'm glad to be here. I'm excited.
When was like the last time you played with Playdough?
I would have been as old as this dude right here. I would have been
Yeah.
like 5, I think.
That
maybe.
picture?
Yeah.
Already about like 6'1" right there?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Something like that, yeah.
So, I was hoping you could tell me either just one of your favorite childhood stories, or if you want to explain any of the pictures that we have behind us. Any memories that come to mind.
Favorite childhood story? I'm a big movie guy, so like I remember watching Cars a lot during my childhood. That and Monsters Inc. Mum was a pro. She got off to a lot of like practices and that sort of thing. So like I'd be like in the stands like playing Tetris on a phone or something. I wasn't like really interested in basketball till I was like 8 or 9. So like I was playing a lot of games. One of the bigger things I do remember, I came here in 2012 actually, and as a kid, and we went to like Disneyland, went to Houston. We saw like a friend out there. That was pretty cool. Went there, went Hong Kong. Got a lot of looks at Hong Kong, which was interesting.
Because like, were you already pretty tall?
I was
that
tall,
point?
so
Okay.
I was.
Kind of stuck out.
Yeah.
Well,
the whole family did.
Yeah,
It
I
was
was gonna
bad.
say. So your mom is how tall again?
6'8".
She's 6'8". Okay,
Yep.
I'm sure you got a lot of stairs.
Yeah. Well, so our family called it the Godzilla tour. Funnily enough. And yeah, it was like, so we had mom, uncle, auntie, granddad, nana. We all kind of rocked up to this place, and like granddad 6'3", uncle 6'4", 5", auntie 6. Nan didn't quite get the height, but the rest of the family's pretty tall, and I was pretty tall at that time. So, we definitely got some stairs. I'll tell you that much.
Did your family pretty much know you were gonna be as tall as you are, or?
I mean, we had a rough estimate. Like, especially me growing up, like I was always head and shoulders above most people. Like leaving year 6, I was 6'3". Leaving year 10, I was about 6'10". So, I've always been taller than most.
And is it true? So I've heard that when you grow that rapidly, you kind of have like joint pain, like your knees and stuff.
As a kid, it was really bad. So I used to have like days where I couldn't like get up and walk.
Really?
Yeah,
It
like
was
my
that
legs were
bad?
bad. My legs were bad. So that's why I think I kind of like developed a love for like movies, because I could just sit on the couch and that's all I'd watch all day. I remember watching The Grinch on VHS, as a kid.
The Jim Carrey one, right?
Yeah, the Jim Carrey one.
The best Christmas movie ever made, honestly. And I don't think it's like a question. Would you agree with that?
Oh, I mean, other Christmas movies. I don't know. Home Alone? Home Alone?
It's a classic.
You can't go wrong with Home Alone.
But does it pop in your mind when you think of like a Christmas movie?
That wasn't the first thought. I had to really think about it. So I'll give you that.
Okay.
The Grinch is definitely like ideal Christmas movie. Like if you don't think The Grinch first for a Christmas movie, you're probably wrong.
So classic.
Yeah.
Such a good movie. But so it's actually pretty funny that we have Spider-Man placemats, because I know you mentioned that you have a Spider-Man tattoo.
I do have a Spider-Man tattoo.
Yeah. Can you kind of take us through like why it stuck out to you, your memories with that?
I don't know. It's just kind of been a movie I've always liked. For some reason, out of the Tobey Maguire movies, I always liked the third one the most. Even though the other two are probably better. But I definitely watched that third one the most. And I've always kind of been around it. There's actually a photo I have where Mum's in a full like Spider-Man outfit for one of my birthdays. It was hilarious. But yeah, no, like it's always kind of been around one way or another. And that's just kind of where the love from it came.
That's where the love for all your movies started?
A lot of it did, yeah. I'd say Cars is probably like the movie. Like if I'm gonna sit down and just like pick out a kid's movie, I'm picking Cars 9 times out of 10.
Well, there's like 3 Cars movies, right? Okay, so which one? I've heard Cars 2.
Okay, so okay. The first one, I love the first one because that's like you can't go wrong with the original. You can't go wrong with the OG. The second one was like we go from racing to like spies back to racing with the third one. So I don't know how the second one came around, but that one's like good. I've heard a lot of people online say like if you turn your brain off, it's actually a really good movie. Like if you don't have to think about it, it works. So I mean that's a good way of looking at it because it is all over the shop. But yeah, I'd definitely go 1, 2, and then 3 would be my ranking for that.
Okay, so 1 is still the best no matter what.
Yeah.
And so was that you and your mom's favorite? Because you said, so this tattoo right here is a matching one?
Yep, that one.
So she has the exact same one?
She has the exact same one, same spot. Like just brings a lot of like childhood memories and that sort of thing. Like we used to watch that. We could pretty much recite that thing word for word. So, yeah, no, it's like a nice little thing I got before I actually came over here. I got it like the week before I came over to the US. So, yeah, no, it's like a nice little thing to remind me of home.
You come from basketball royalty. Your mom was MVP. Can you say her full title?
She was a grand finals MVP.
Okay.
That amazing. Was I can't remember what year, but she has 5 championships. Yeah, she played like 16 years, I think.
In the Australian League? Or?
Yeah, okay. They call it the WNBL, so Women's National Basketball League. Yeah, and she played there for ages. She actually went and played in China for a little bit and replaced Yao Ming's girlfriend.
Seriously?
Swear to God.
That's crazy.
She played for the Shanghai Octopus.
Dang.
Yeah, it was like probably a month and a bit. Yeah, she played there, and that was pretty much, from what I'm aware of, the only other place that she played. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's a nice little story. Like when you walk in through our house at home, she's got like her WNBL jersey hanging up, and then she's got like her Shanghai Octopus jersey like in a frame, like as you come in through the door. So, yeah, she's got all sorts of stories. It's pretty cool. Like when you walk in, she's got like some of her championship nets. She's got her like junior Australian team like jersey hanging up. So yeah, no, basketball definitely runs in the blood, and she did a lot of stuff with it. So
yeah,
it was good.
Do you have like a certain story that comes to mind that she shared with you, or?
Probably not one that I could put on the podcast.
Okay.
Nah, she wasn't that bad. Nah, nothing off the top of my head. I think with her, like, it's cool because I've met so many people through her. Like, I'm very closely associated with, I wouldn't say closely, but I know a lot of the female, like, Australian basketball players that have come through and that sort of thing. So,
yeah.
Funnily enough, I'm actually wearing one of the shirts. So she used to play for the Canberra Capitals, which is Mum's team. She's the manager for it now.
Okay.
And she, Britt, we call her Slim. She was an import that came over. She played in the WNBA. She plays for the Washington Mystics. Yeah, she was kind of like struggling coming in a little bit. She was still new to the team, and it was like a couple of games in. And she was warming up for one of the games. And I had to come in early to help Mum like set up all the stuff for what she was managing and that sort of thing. And she was shooting by herself. Nobody was rebounding for her. And so I went and helped her like rebound for a little bit. She had like her career high in that game. I was like, so she's loved me ever since, and I've loved her ever since. And it's just like the amount of people you meet through basketball is kind of cool. So
yeah. Like lifelong connections.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned that, so you were a little bored at the games until you were about like 8 or 9?
Yeah, look, Mum would be playing and I'd be playing Tetris on her phone.
Yeah.
So let's just say I really didn't take full acknowledgement of basketball until I was like 10. And then, yeah, obviously I was like tall and skinny. So it took a little while for me to get used to what I was actually doing. yeah, it wasn't until I was about like 15 it was where things really started to take off. So definitely took a couple of years and some years trying to adapt to my body and that sort of thing. So yeah, mum's definitely helped out a lot with my height, first of all, but she knows a lot about what to do. So yeah, she's helped me a lot in that aspect.
Yeah. Well, you're definitely not bored at the games now. I always notice, because I've been reporting on the team for quite a while now, I start to notice certain like patterns of behavior. Like I kind of notice like, okay, this person kind of cheers a certain way. Jalen has like a certain like signature clap. Do you know what I'm going to ask you about?
Tail whip? I was waiting for this, I can't lie.
So I have, because I filmed so many highlights during the game, and I'm always getting like any kind of shot I can. Yeah. And every time somebody makes a basket, I have you in the back just your signature move, your signature. Yeah. Look. So yeah, when did that become your signature?
That's a really good question. I don't know. A couple of Aussies have done that before. I don't know. It felt like an Aussie tradition, even though a lot of us don't do it. I remember seeing like Patty Mills do it one time. He still does it for the Clippers. Shout out the Clippers. But yeah, like I don't know. I kind of one day had a towel in my hand. It was like I just come off, and I still wanted to like be involved in the game. So that's kind of like my way of sticking in the game and cheering on whoever's playing and going for our team. So yeah, that was just kind of my way of like, instead of a clap, I just find it more energetic. Just go with that. Yeah, a little towel whip.
I'll tell you, like I can sit by the team, or I could sit as the farthest away I can from the bench, and I always see it. So
you can't miss it.
It works.
You can't miss it.
It works.
No, it definitely it's cool. I enjoy doing it. I've been trying to get some of the boys to do it. Michael Wilson has not caved in. He has not caved in yet. So I'm trying to get somebody else to do it with me.
This is a message to Mike.
Shout out, Mike.
You need to do it.
You need to do it. You need to do it. He only does it on free throws. He doesn't do it normally.
Okay.
I'll give him that. He does we do like a quick little 1-2, and we do it in sync. It's pretty tough. I can't lie. If you ever get film of that, I need to see that.
I'm telling you, I just need to see the whole bench. Like, you know how like, I forget how you call it, but like dancers or something, they'll kind of do it like synchronized. Yeah. Just imagine that.
That'd be
whole
cool.
bench just.
That'd be cool.
Signature.
I wanted to get the team to do like, I don't know, like those signature like team sellies. There's been like a few that I've seen from like March Madness and that sort of thing, like a couple of years back. And they like all sit down, they act like they're rowing together, like they're on the floor and they're rowing, or they hit like somebody faints and somebody falls over and they try to like fan them out and that sort of thing. So yeah, I wanted to do that, but I was like, probably shouldn't, I don't know if the coach would like that. So let's just stick with playing basketball and a towel whip for now.
We'll see if Mike Bibby is down with that.
We'll see.
So speaking of the team, there's like 6 to 8 different accents going around in one gym. Who has the thickest accent, or who do you constantly have to ask, like, wait, what'd you say?
Chudy, bruv.
Chudy?
Chudy, bruv, would have the thickest accent. Emil sort of has a thick one. He just doesn't say like full sentences. He's still figuring that out. It's okay, Emil. You'll get there.
You'll get there. Because he's from Finland.
He's from Finland.
And Chudy is from the UK.
The UK.
Okay.
From, I don't want to get this wrong. Is it East London, fam? I don't think it's East. It might be North.
East London, fam.
East London, but I think it's North. I'm not sure. It's somewhere in London. That's where he's from. So,
okay.
Yeah, we'd be playing video games in our house. He'd be like, bruv, there's a guy over there. We need to go see the guy, bruv. We'll be cooking food or something. He'll put on like UK drill or something like that. Put on some, who is it, Dave?
Yeah.
Better Central C.
The one that always raps Central C, yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, we definitely get a lot of him. He likes his Afro beats as well. Loves his Afro beats.
It's pretty popular, right?
It is. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I'd definitely say Chudy has the thickest accent. But it's like So, for example, like I would have an Australian accent. I would say you have a US. If I was to say thickest US accent, it'd probably go to Leo.
Leo Ricketts.
Leo Ricketts.
Where did you say he was from?
He's from P Hill. The Pride of P Hill. Pride of P Hill.
Pride of P Hill.
Yeah, no, I definitely think he has the thickest US accent.
I was going to ask, so obviously, like, coming from a different culture, coming from a different place, do you notice that we're in NorCal, we're in Sacramento? Do you notice that NorCal people kind of have a different accent or a different twang?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, but I definitely do notice it.
You can hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really don't know how to explain that one, but like I do understand what you're saying.
I always wonder.
Yeah. It's like a little bit, it's not a lot, but it's noticeable enough. So, yeah.
Could you try to replicate it? Could you try your very best right now? Maybe we should give you a sentence to say.
What?
What's something very NorCal? Hella. There's hella people in the gym right now. Your best NorCal accent.
See, I don't know if I could do a NorCal. I know how to do like a Southern.
Southern?
Yeah. Because we had a Southern teammate last year, so it was like I
Who was from the South?
Duncan.
Oh, Duncan Powell.
Duncan Powell.
Oh, yeah. He was from like Texas. Yeah, okay.
Dallas, Texas.
Let's hear the best Southern.
Oh, what was...
I don't think they say hella, though.
No. What's good with you, bro? Like, how you doing? How you doing? That's how it used to come up.
Yeah.
I'm from DeSoto, you feel me? I'm from DeSoto. That's what I used to say a lot.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Right. What is DeSoto?
That's just where he's from.
Okay.
DeSoto, yeah.
DeSoto.
Yeah.
I'm from DeSoto. Okay.
He's from DeSoto. That's his high school, I think. So that's pretty much the only accent I could actually do.
That was pretty good.
I don't know if I could do a normal US, like a hello, how are you? I'm good, thank you. How are you? Something like that.
It's a little stiff.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little stiff, but it's pretty good.
I really got to think about it.
I feel like because I know SoCal kind of have like a LA kind of accent, but I feel like Northern California, it's not as specific.
No, I don't think so, no.
But it's really like laid back. It's like hella. Like, yeah.
Yeah, no,
like
I get you.
Hella. Yeah. It's too funny. I bet that gym just sounds so funny all the time.
Oh my god. When we go at it and there's a little bit of banter flying around, it is hilarious. Judy's like, what are you doing, bruv? And then we got all us Aussies. We probably say, I don't even know what we say half the time. We try and follow whatever Chudy says.
So Chudy has the best banter?
No, he's probably got the worst, but he's the funniest to try and emulate.
Okay.
So when you really want to piss Chudy off, you'd be like, yeah, hey, what are you doing, bruv? Like, what are you up to? What are you up to, bruv?
Do they really say bruv?
He says it like every second sentence.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. We try to implement some like Aussie slang into the group.
What is Aussie slang? Okay, what's like a good go-to?
Oh. So if I was to say that's like fair dinkum, what do you reckon that means?
Wait, say it one more time.
Fair dinkum.
Fair dinkum?
Yeah.
That's like, well, I know fair could be like valid. Like, oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
Like that's what's up.
You could, so if I was to use like fair dinkum, I would be like, oh, like fair dinkum, that is big. Like it's like, oh wow. It's like,
oh wow, that's major. Something like that.
Yeah.
That's major.
Or like it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like fair dinkum. Like that's a good thing.
Okay. Fair dinkum.
Yeah.
Fair dinkum.
There's always one that threw me off when I first came here. It was shrimp on the barbie.
There's no way that's real.
No, it's not.
Okay, I was like, are you serious?
People say like shrimp on the barbie. It's like, well,
what is
we
that?
don't call. Well, we call them prawns.
Okay.
So it'd be, and you don't cook prawns on a barbecue.
What's a Oh, a barbecue grill.
Yeah, a barbie.
Okay.
So yeah, we like to shorten things.
Yeah.
We do like Bobby.
Bobby.
Like if we have like an avocado, we just call it an avo.
Avo.
Yep. Afternoon is just avo.
Avo. Mine is so bad. I need to work on my accent.
It's okay. You're getting there. You're getting there. What else do we like to say? There's other things that we like to shorten, but one of the things I always say to the boys is, "Hey, going? Hey, going?" You say it like with a certain like tone. You go, "Hey, going? Hey, going?"
What does that mean?
I'm just saying how are you going?
Okay.
But you just say it like shorter and way quicker.
Hey, gal.
How you going?
Oh my God.
How you going?
Okay.
Yeah,
all the way shortened.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like as short as can be.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try my best.
Go on, give us your best impression. Give me your best Aussie impression.
Okay, what do you want me to say?
It's
gonna be really bad.
Good morning. My name is Siany.
Okay. All right. I'm in Australia.
Imagine it. You got the didgeridoo. You got the Crocodile D hat. Crocodile Dundee hat. Go. You're from Sydney.
I'm from Sydney. I'm from Sydney, Australia. Okay. Good morning. This is Siany.
This is Siany. Okay. That wasn't bad.
I'll
give it to you.
I hear the hesitancy.
I haven't. Hey, I've heard a lot worse. Let's say that much.
I hear the hesitant. No, it's good.
I've heard worse. Let's say that much.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll take
that's not bad.
At least a 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Okay.
Wholeheartedly, yeah.
Okay.
No, it wasn't bad.
Hopefully by the end of the podcast, I'll get to like a 7.
Okay. We'll get there.
We'll get there. So I know you have like a lot more free time now that you're not in season, it's off season. What's been like something you're excited about that now you have more free time to actually do?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I'd probably say like I started reading recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What have you been reading?
Are
you into like I like self-help kind of books?
Yeah.
Or are you one of those people that's like, no, you want like a narrative, like actual story?
No. I think it's okay, so I'm gonna quote the book. Alright? It's called Stop Bullshitting Yourself.
I think I've heard of that one.
It's by Drew Hanlon.
Okay.
It's an NBA trainer. So I got that. I was like, may as well give it a shot. I haven't read a book since like Diary of a Wimpy Kid. So I'd say I've been reading more, which has been good. Switch things up a little bit. I don't know. I've been trying to like put some fits together recently.
Okay.
Trying to get more into like
focus more on style.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Because let's just say when I first got here it was skinny jeans, so let's not do that again.
Moving beyond the skinny jeans.
Yeah, let's get past that. So yeah, trying to switch it up a little bit, try some different things. Obviously with the haircut, people have been calling me Eminem and that sort of thing. So like that early 2000s kind of style, the baggy jeans, the baggy shirt,
Slim Shady kind of vibe. Okay.
Yeah, so I've been trying to work towards that and really go for that sort of style.
Yeah, so are you already pretty much like well adjusted to your haircut?
Yeah, it took me so long to get used to it. Like I got it done.
You said your teammate cut your hair?
Yeah, so Alex, shout out Alex.
Yeah.
Great barber, $10 if you really want him. Yeah, so he's cutting my hair, and I was getting I had a mullet, it was curly hair, and I was getting my burst fade on the side. Next thing you know, Bailey Nunn comes up. He's like watching me get a haircut, and he goes, $100, you wouldn't buzz it. I go, let me call my boy, because I was going to go back home. Like I had a thing with my boy. I was going to go buzz it with him when I go back to Australia.
Like a pact, like you both were going to do?
Yeah,
okay.
we're both going to get it at the same time. So I called him and I was like, can I just get it done now? And then we just rebuzz it when I get back home. He was like, all right, sure. So, next thing you know, I was $100 richer and had a damn near a free haircut. So I was pretty happy with that.
Bailey literally just like $100 cash, Apple Pay?
No. Well, so he kind of scared me. It was, so he said $100 and then went, oh yeah, 100 Australian dollars, which is about 75 US. So sort of scared me, but it was still 75. I was pretty happy with it.
Still 75 bucks.
Yeah. And then he wanted me to get my hair bleached, which would have been wild, like full go, Slim Shady, like Eminem. Bleach blonde, like everything. So he made a bet. He made a bet, and it was I made the bet with him because I knew he wanted me to get it done, and he offered to pay for it for me, and I was still a bit iffy on it. I was like, I don't know about it. So we made a bet. and the bet was we play a game of 2K. I've never like beat him in 2K.
Okay.
Never beat him.
And do you guys play pretty often?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had a bet going on. It was a game of 2K, and the bet was if I lose, I have to go get bleach my hair. If Nani loses, he has to go get frosted tips.
There's no way.
So we did. Our rule set was 3 random teams, and then if you don't get a good team on those 3 that you don't want, you get an option of a 4th, and you have to stick with the 4th.
Okay.
The first team I got was the Boston Celtics, and that's all I needed. He was Philadelphia, I think. He was the 76ers, and I started off the game about 12-4. I was up, and he is decking himself. You know what that means? Like he's nervous. He's nervous about it.
Yeah, he's fumbling.
He was very nervous about it. So we're playing. I get up like 12-4, and he makes a comeback. It gets to like the last quarter where like neck and neck. It's like a 1-point game, and he hits a layup to go up by 1 with like 5 seconds left, and call a timeout. Get this inbounds play. I got a guy on the backside. Get a layup going to go up by 1 with 2 seconds left. And that was all I needed. He didn't score after that. So he just got back from a wedding. I was like, I'm not going to do you dirty and make you get frosted tips for the wedding. So yeah, you will see a frosted tip Nutty very soon.
So he hasn't done it yet?
No.
Oh,
it's still yet to happen.
I can't wait.
Yeah, you're telling me. Nutty, how are we feeling?
Feeling great.
Yep.
Well, thank you for tuning in for another episode of Anything But Sports. And thank you so much, Bo, for being here. And I really wish you the best of luck. We'll see how next season unfolds.
I appreciate it. Thank you.